All right, it's Thursday, March 21st, just following up on Apple here. You can see it's making its secondary push lower on the day. That was kind of a high probability move. I actually bought those 180 puts at 804, and I just decided to scale out some of them at 9 just because, set up kind of a no-risk scenario. I could be more aggressive and really hold it. As I discussed on the previous video, on the daily chart here, I think after this 2 down and the whole failure on the news today, I think we're taking out this this low down here on the daily chart. If you look at the weekly chart, it's kind of an inside bar breakout that kind of failed to the upside, came through the midpoint of that bar, so we should be heading down there. Then we could be heading down to these areas down here on the weekly chart. I think that's a high, 2 weeks ago, I think that's a high probability move. As I look at the monthly chart with this negative news, even if Apple, they're going to buy it up, taking advantage of maybe lower prices in the long term, I think the algorithms are going to take out some of these areas first. And the news is kind of a catalyst for that. So while it could be a good long-term play to buy it maybe on this dip, I think, I don't really play that game at the moment. So I'm just playing shorter term type of opportunities. And today it was high probability to make that secondary push lower, given the way I view 15-minute structure all the time with my 2 pushes that I discuss all the time. So once it made a first move down, whether you bought it aggressive, I think you could have bought aggressive puts here once it made the 2 down day, given the news was negative. If you waited a little bit like I did, then there's still a good opportunity. It's a big red day to the downside with targets below. So let's see what happens. Again, I think just all things considered, it was a high probability for at least a secondary push on the day lower, and that leads to a kind of a chain reaction to take out some algorithm areas here with liquidity as well. On a stock that after some negative news today, I don't think people are ready to jump in and buy it right away. It'll take a lot of digesting of this news to see what really develops, and it's going to take a long time, I think. Apple maybe once it takes out some lows could be, might bounce around in here, who knows? Or maybe if we break through here, maybe we start taking out, these pivot machine gun kind of moves into the 150 area. You never know, but the trend on the monthly chart is certainly down until proven otherwise, big picture here. And, if it can get through there and not really want to bounce, then maybe it's going a lot lower. So we'll see how this news affects the stock. But given everything, just wanted to follow through and show how a short-term opportunity, there was definitely a high probability one here for a next move down. And I think it, high probability to take out some of these targets as well. So we'll see where Apple goes, today and for the rest of the day and, for the rest of the week.